Hello my dear students. Today in this video I am going to discuss the 7th chapter from NCERT Class 10 Mathematics, that is coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry? It is that branch of geometry where the position of the points on the plane is defined with the help of an ordered pair of numbers, also known as coordinates. In order to locate the position of a point on a plane, we require a pair of axes, coordinate axes. Now, what are these coordinate axes? On a Cartesian plane, the two perpendicular lines which intersect at a particular point, that is called the origin, are called the coordinate axes. Now, among these two mutually perpendicular lines, the horizontal line is called the x-axis and the vertical line is called the y-axis, and their point of intersection is called the origin, and the coordinates of the origin are given by 0, 0. So, whenever we want to locate a point on the Cartesian plane, we have to locate that point with reference to this coordinate axis, that is x-axis and y-axis. Now, whenever we are locating a particular point on the Cartesian plane, it has to be with reference to the x-axis and y-axis, isn't it? Now, the distance of that point from y-axis is called the x-coordinate or abscissa, and the distance of that point from x-axis is called its y-coordinate or ordinate. Now, just look at the figure. Suppose the point Q. Now, see, the point Q is at a distance of 6 units from the y-axis. That is why its abscissa, that is the first part, okay, the abscissa or the x-coordinate is given to be 6. Similarly, when we think of that particular point Q with reference to x-axis, we will find that its distance from x-axis is 4 units. That is, its ordinate or the y-coordinate is 4. So, we can say that the coordinates of the point Q are 6, 4, where 6 is the abscissa, 4 is the ordinate. Clear? Now, suppose we have talked about that particular point Q. Now, what about those points which are lying on one of the axes? Suppose a point, suppose the point S. See, it is itself lying on the x-axis. So, its distance from the y-axis is 11 units, but as it is lying on the x-axis, its distance from the y-axis is 11 units and its distance from x-axis is 0, because it itself is lying on the x-axis. So, its coordinates are 11, 0. Similarly, another point, take the example of another point T which is lying on the y-axis. See here, its distance from the y-axis is 0 and its distance from x-axis is 8. Since it is in the lower part, here minus 8 will be there. We know that below the x-axis, whatever part of y-axis comes, that comes in terms of negative numbers, isn't it? So, its coordinates will be 0, minus 8. So, from this we have learnt that any point which is lying on the x-axis will be of the form x, 0, and any point which is lying on the y-axis will be of the form 0, y. Now, when we talk about two particular points, suppose, see in this figure, there are 2 points P and Q. Both are lying on the same axis, and if we are interested in finding out the distance between these 2 points, it becomes very easy. See, OP's distance, since we have considered A to be the point whose coordinates are x1, y1, and Q is a point, B is a point whose coordinates are x2, y2. So, we can say that the coordinates of Q will be x2, 0 and the coordinates of P will be x1, 0. So, what is the distance of OP? x1. Similarly, OQ is x2. So, we can say that the distance PQ is nothing but OQ minus OP. OP, that is x2 minus x1. So, here we have found the distance between 2 points when they are lying on a particular axis. Now, what about those points which are not lying on any of the axes, or which are suppose here the points A and B. How to find out the distance between these points A and B, whose coordinates are x1 y1 and x2 y2 respectively. Okay. In order to find the distance between these 2 points, we will be using Pythagoras theorem. So, just now here see AP and BQ are drawn perpendicular to the x-axis. Similarly, we have drawn AC perpendicular to BQ. So, from the figure itself, it becomes clear that OP is x1, OQ is x2 and PQ is x2 minus x1. Similarly, we can say that AC is also x2 minus x1. Again, see BQ is y2, CQ is y1. It means that BC is y2 minus y1. So, it is very simple thing, isn't it clear? Now, in the triangle ABC, we are having the length of AC and length of BC. And since ABC is a right angled triangle, we can definitely apply Pythagoras theorem. So, here AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square. It means that AB is square root of AC square plus BC square. So, AB is equal to square root of AC means x2 minus x1 whole square, again plus BC square means y2 minus y1 whole square. So, this is how we find the distance between 2 points on a Cartesian plane when their coordinates are being given, and this particular formula is called the distance formula. Later in this chapter, we will be using this distance formula in order to find out the distance between 2 points whose coordinates will be given to you. Thank you.